It's currently 6 a.m. I'm getting up at 6 today because today I am filming another day in my life, and this time it's inspired by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I dread to think what I looked like in that first clip, but I'm now up. And the reason why I've decided to get up at 6 o'clock today is because of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, which is who my day is inspired around today. And we know of his daily routine because he wrote about it in one of his letters. And the first thing he says is 6 o'clock in the morning, I have my hair dressed, finish at 7 o'clock. So he's up at 6 o'clock and it is now currently 6:30. And I'm going to go and have some breakfast in a minute. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stick to exactly what Mozart did because some of it includes writing music for operas and music lessons. I won't be able to do that. But instead, my day is going to include Mozart activities. I'm just going to try and stick to his time schedule throughout the day. Sorry if you can hear that noise in the background, it's just my oven. Mozart said a few things that he had for breakfast. One of the more frequent things that he had were white rolls and hot chocolate. I wasn't sure how I felt about having white rolls for breakfast. What I did was I baked my rolls, so it was a little bit more like toast, I suppose. And I'm just going to have some butter with it. With the hot chocolate, I don't have any hot chocolate, so I'm going to order a Starbucks, but they don't open until 7:30, so I'm going to pre-order that and have some hot chocolate later. And the other thing he had was 3 squares of chocolate, which, again, a little unusual choice, but I love chocolate, so I'm not going to skip that one out. My 3 blocks of chocolate. That definitely wouldn't have been my choice of breakfast. I really love chocolate, but chocolate first thing is not something I usually have. I did find the bread really filling though. I do feel really full now, but also just a little bit queasy. I don't think I'll be having that type of breakfast again. It is now 7:05, so I'm already a little bit behind schedule, but from 7 till 9, Mozart says he then writes. I'm assuming he writes music for his operas or anything else he's working on. But I'm going to work on my story. I really love writing. I am currently writing a novel at the moment, but usually the times I prefer to write are in the afternoon and evening. Rarely ever write in the morning, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get done in this time because I'm just not used to writing so early. And I'm going to write, like what Mozart did, from 7 to 9, so 2 hours of writing now. My hot chocolate has arrived. It is now 9 o'clock. I have been writing for just under 2 hours. I'm actually really happy with what I got done. I wasn't expecting to write so much, but I was on a bit of a roll there. So perhaps writing early in the morning does suit me. Looking at Mozart's schedule again, he then says from 9 to 1 I give lessons. I'm assuming that's music lessons because he did teach students music. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to listen to some Mozart music while I read. The book I'm going to be reading is this one, The Real Mozart. I haven't read this yet. I'm about quarter of the way through and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm learning a lot more about Mozart that I didn't know from this book. So really enjoying it. And while I'm reading, I'm going to listen to some Mozart music. I don't usually listen to music when I read, but if I do, it's always classical music because I find it most relaxing. And I have 3 Mozart CDs. Usually I listen to his music on YouTube, but the CDs I have is this one. It's Mozart's Classical Masterpieces, a celebration concert, and another Mozart musical masterpieces. I'm going to stop reading now. I've read a few chapters, and looking back at Mozart's schedule, he says that dinner is usually at 2 o'clock, sometimes at 3, and it's currently 11 o'clock now. So I'm not going to eat until 2. I'm not actually feeling very hungry at the moment. I was really full from that breakfast, which is good. Instead, I thought I'll show you my Mozart collection, because I have got quite a few things. If you've seen my previous videos when I went to Salzburg for a holiday, I did show some of the Mozart stuff I got when I was there, but I will also show you a few of the other things I have in my collection. Down here is where I keep my Mozart collection. So I've got a few books. I've got the one I was reading today, The Real Mozart. I'll just move some stuff out of the way here. I've got this book here called Mozart's Women, which I haven't actually read yet. I also have this book, which is just a very short story called The Mozart Question. I did really enjoy reading this. I liked the message at the end. I've got the Amadeus playbook, which I also really enjoyed. I absolutely love the film. It's my favourite film, so I also enjoyed reading the playbook as well. Just got a little bear up here, which I'll remove. I've got Mozart's Letters, Mozart's Life. I absolutely love this book. I've read it countless of times. It's what really got me into Mozart and his character. I just love it. I just find it so interesting. I also have this one, which I have yet to read. It probably contains the same letters from the other book I read, but this one also contains letters written by his father, other members of his family and friends, which I haven't read, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. And I've got this book, Marion Mozart, which is a novel about the Weber sisters. Aloysia Weber was the woman who Mozart really loved and originally wanted to marry, and then there's Constanza Weber, who became Mozart's wife. I also have this Mozart bust, which I'm really happy with. I saw a few different ones in Salzburg, but I didn't like any of them as much as I like this one. I got this cute little string key ring, this rubber with his family on, his father, sister, and a portrait of his mother, and this cute Mozart Lego figure. And I just display this candle up front because I think it fits the era quite well. And I've got this bookmark, which I'm currently using for the book I'm reading. I also have this t-shirt, which I'm wearing today. I also have this t-shirt, which I really like in this pop art design. I've got this t-shirt of Salzburg, where Mozart was born. and I got this t-shirt when I went to Vienna in Austria, which is where Mozart lived for the last remaining years of his life and where he died. I have these socks, which I think are fun. I really like pictured socks. I also have some Mozart items displayed over here. This is where I display a load of my souvenirs I got from different places abroad. The Mozart stuff I got are these two ducks, which I actually didn't get this one from abroad. I got this one from Oxford, and this one I picked up in Budapest. I got this shot glass from Salzburg, this one when I was in Vienna. I got some magnets here when I was in Salzburg. This music box I picked up when I was in Vienna. And I also kept this little bottle of Mozart chocolate liqueur. This was extremely strong. I did struggle to drink this. I wasn't expecting it to be so strong. And I also have this mug, which I don't keep on display. I actually use this. And finally, I have this pencil case and these two notebooks. I sent off these two pictures to be put on notebooks, and they are scenes from the film Amadeus. And Tom Holtz here, who plays as Mozart in the film Amadeus, I just absolutely love him. So I was really happy with these. It's now 2 o'clock and I am feeling really hungry now. So what I'm going to eat is some vegetable soup, because Mozart seemed to have quite a lot of soup. And for dessert, I'm going to have some apple strudel, which I'm looking forward to. I had some apple strudel when I went to Vienna and to Salzburg, and I loved it. I don't expect it to be as good as that, but I do like apple strudel, so I'm looking forward to dessert. Looking back at Mozart's daily routine, the next part says, I cannot begin to work before 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, and I am often prevented doing so by some concert. So I've decided now that I'm going to watch one of his operas, and I'm going to watch The Magic Flute because that's probably one of my favourites of his. It is now 6 o'clock, and from here onwards, Mozart said that he wrote until 9 o'clock. And as I already did some of my writing this morning, I've decided I'm going to read over a few of Mozart's letters because I always enjoy reading them. And then I thought I would write my own letter, and I've decided I'm going to write a letter to my future self. I have done this before quite a long time ago. Yet to open those letters because I think I dated them for like 2034 or something, so still a long way off yet until I can open those letters, but I am actually a little excited to open them because I really can't remember what I wrote, so I thought it would be fun if I did another one for my future self. And I also thought this would be good to do today because Mozart did write a lot of letters. We have a lot of his letters to his father, which his father kept, which is just amazing that we're able to look over them today. He also wrote letters to his friends, his wife, other family members. So that's the reason why I've decided to do this today. It was just as I thought. No money, but a beautiful gold watch. Now I own 5 watches. I have a mind to have an extra watch pocket put on each of my trousers, so when I come before one of these great lords I can wear 2 watches, which is the fashion anyway, so that they don't get the idea of bestowing on me yet another watch. Keeping with the Mozart theme, I'm now going to watch my favourite film. I absolutely love this film, Amadeus. The acting in it is incredible, and the actor who plays Mozart, Tom Holtz, is one of my favourite actors. I really wish he acted in more things because everything I've seen him in, he always does such an incredible performance. Some of my other favourite films which he's in are Dominic and Eugene, and I recently saw this film, The Inner Circle, and again, what an incredible performance from Tom Hanks. I really enjoyed these two in particular, but this film is by far my favourite film. Like I said, all of the cast is incredible. The guy here who plays Salieri, completely forgotten his name now though, F. Murray Abraham. He is also incredible in this film. He won an award for Best Actor in this. It is a very long film though, it's just over 3 hours long, but I never struggle sitting through it. Every single time I watch it, I always get through it all easily. I never get bored through it. For a snack during the film, I'm going to have these Vietnamese milk chocolate dip fingers from Fox's, and I decided to get these because Mozart did live in Vienna for a time.
Keep it, Majesty, if you want. It's already here in my head. What? On one hearing only? I think so, sire. Yes? Show us. Better? What do you think?
I don't know why, but annoyingly my sound is missing from my final clip. But Mozart said that he often sat up writing until 1 o'clock in the morning. So here I'm just writing my novel again. I think it's about midnight when I'm writing here, and I continue up until 1 o'clock. I found this no problem because I do usually go to bed around about 2 o'clock at the weekends, so I didn't have an issue staying up until 1 o'clock, and I do find that I write better when it's quite late at night. Don't usually write as early as this in the morning, but I had no problem writing. But Mozart does say that he will rise again at 6 o'clock, which is something I didn't do. I did have a lie-in the next day. Sound is still missing here, but I'm just showing that it is 1 o'clock in the morning, and I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and again, really sorry for the missing sound here at the end, and I will see you in my next video.